Ah, Gunpla. The plastic addiction that will never leave you. Who doesn't love them? Who doesn't enjoy building them? Buying them, collecting them, adding them into your backlog until you have a dedicated closet that gives you an anxiety attack by just looking. Isn't Gunpla great? And there's just so many types, from high grades, real grades, master grades, perfect grades, and much, much more. But Bandai, with everything they have done, there's still plenty more to do. So, Sloth Cakes here, let me tell you my 5 Gunpla wishes that I would like to see Bandai do. Now, this isn't specific models, because it would just be master grade amphibians, or the G-Self. But this is more broad, either a new line of kits, a revive of an old line, or maybe something a little bit odd. But anyways, let's hop in. Now, let's start with bringing an old line back, the Re-100s. These were kits that, while the size of a 1/100 master grade, had the build quality of a 1/144 high grade. This makes it so Bandai doesn't need to go through the effort of designing a complicated master grade frame, making the kit cheaper, but more importantly allowing for more diversity in the line. The first kit released was the Nightingale, which to this day he's one of the biggest and most unique builds in that line. Now, if it was made into a master grade, it would lead to a much more complicated build, much more plastic, and much more expensive, but luckily Re-100s allows for the Nightingale to see the light of day in a 1/100 form. This would be the main appeal of the Re-100s. We have mobile suits that would most likely never get a master grade, but luckily due to this they can get a 1/100 form, which is pretty sweet. But sadly, of the making of this video, the last Re-100 was the Zaku 2 FZ, which was released way back in 2019. Now, not only would I want to see this line back because it allows for cheaper 1/100s, but this lets Bandai tackle more complicated mobile suits that would just be harder to make in a master grade form. Like, well, I gotta mention it somewhere, the Zeon Amphibians. Yes, we have master grade Akai, Gog, and Zagok, but we don't get any more due to these bastards just being so oddly shaped and huge. Bandai would much rather make a master grade as something they can reuse runners versus something they need to make from the ground up. Also, Bandai does love pairing a Re-100 with a master grade, like the Nightingale and the Verka Hainu, the Zaku FZ alongside the master grade Alex 2.0. So for an example, they could have done the Verka Zeta alongside the Ashima, Bardock, Masala, or even the O. And another one would be maybe they make a new master grade Unicorn or Sonanju and release a Rosen Zulu along with it. The list goes on, and if brought back, I hope they try for something more weird. So let's go big, real big, and look at mobile armors. Massive hulking machines that are the cornerstone to any Gundam series, either be a major antagonist machine, just some random jabroni, or even used by the main characters. These things are spectacles, having a unique design, special weapons, or walking fortresses, and ranging from huge to goddamn ginormous. But sadly, due to the last part, very few have seen model kit form. While the first ever line of Gunpla have seen mobile armors, these have really aged and are nowhere near today's standards of kits. But Bandai in modern times has a few, and they've made them sized accurate to 1/144. Either be the Meteor Unit, Dendrobium, or Neo Zeon, which all have a high grade mobile suit that can connect to it. What I would like to see from Bandai is for them to make a new Gunpla line, either be high grade MA, or maybe they make a new rating system that classifies these large, weird looking machines. This would allow for just a different build quality and standard because of how weird some of these guys are. It would just make a really odd build. And as a personal take that might not vibe with all of you is I don't really care about the size. I don't care if the Universal Century mobile armors are size accurate to the high grade Gundam. I just want a modern kit of the Zacrello, the Shamblo, or a modern take of the Devil Gundam, or even that weird skeleton lizard from Age with the goofy ass name Sid. Talking about something big, let's now move to something small. Well, for mobile suits that is, and that's non-mobile suits, be it vehicles, tanks, and planes. But instead, let's blow them up a little bit and make them bigger in scale. I'd love to have a Magella attack tank, a Bloodhound, or a DOP in a large kit, maybe half the size of a regular master grade, and similar in build to a high grade, or if you're feeling real spicy, make them as detailed as a real grade, giving them inner detail, moving parts, and gimmicks. Bandai has touched on this in the past with the Universal Century HUD graph. These were 1 in 35 size UC vehicles, and that's what inspired this entry. They had a few things, but something that interested me, which I still want to this day, is the 1 in 35 Gundam Core Fighter. With moving parts, good details, and could transform. This standard's what I would like for the other vehicles. Plus, while we're here, why not throw in the other core fighters as well? I mean, have you seen the GPO-1 or the Crossbone X1's core fighters? Those things are just sexy, and I want them in 1/35 scale. Overall, it's just that while mobile suits are the star of the show, I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential and money to make here. Next up is something Bandai has done in another form, but I thought this would be a cool kit, and that's the bust of a mobile suit, be the torso, shoulders, and head. It makes a nice centerpiece wherever you put it, and since you don't need the limbs, you can scale it up. Also, since it's less body, you can add much more detail that can rival that of the perfect grades. This can also go from a bust to just the head, like the Gundam Gachapon toys. And if that, the detail you could do would be crazy. I always thought it would be cool, for example, to have a big Zaku head that you can open up and see the internals. The Gachapon Zaku head has this concept, but the idea of it in a larger, more detailed scale always appealed to me. While Bandai has done mobile suit busts before, they're either in the form of a Gachapon or these pre-assembled metal builds that are really expensive. And there are a few model kit busts, but these are all that of characters. So while not the most interesting idea, I just thought it would be a cool concept and a cool Gunpla line to have. And for Bandai, if they made like a Zaku bust, they could pump out an infinite amount of P-Bandai Zaku variants with little to no difference besides the color. Okay, so for the final one, we have something that may not vibe with many, but it's a personal one, so let me explain. And that's a new SD line, which we do have with the Master Grade SD. And before that, we had the SD cross silhouettes, but they don't capture the true essence of SD, and that's being cute. Don't get me wrong, they look nice, the build seems enjoyable, but the English language isn't advanced enough for me to describe what I want from it. It's not just a cute look I want. The older SD lines emphasize the SD, the super deformed, and were much more smushed compared to the newer lines. This gave a nice, cute, adorable, what's the best word to say?
Moe.
Yeah, that. Anyways, I also want Bandai to lean more into SD exclusives, because while another SD RX-78 is inevitable, and I would love more SD amphibians because those guys are so cute it's a crime, but I want kits from older, original SD series, like the Night Gundam, with the many mobile suits getting a fantasy redesign, and having these in kit form would just be amazing. Many of these designs are just so creative, and it's awful how they don't get used as much as they should. Another series is something like Gundam SD Force, a series that saw localization on Cartoon Network. This series again redesigns them and they look great. The main cast did get SD kits, but the real flavor of the series is the enemies. They still resemble the original mobile suits, but they have such a nice spin to it, they look amazing. All these designs are just great. These types of SDs are so creative. And there are a few cases that I like this SD form more than the original. And I gotta say, I really love the SD Force version of Big Zam. These weird, cute looking mono-eye creatures that are the turrets and they're located everywhere, the legs become treads, and it even opens up revealing a huge missile. I may like this design a little bit more than original Big Zam, but hey, that's just me. I absolutely love these guys, and I would love to see a line in a similar vein to the SD Genesis kits, having a more compact look to them. A simple build, but still keeping that cute SD aesthetic. And while we still have SD to this day, the longer limb ones I'm not the biggest fan of, and there are the Crossworld series, but those are the ones with like the hair and all that extra armor, which I just don't really vibe with. So it be the fantasy, the SD Force, something new, or even the original mobile suits, I would just like a new SD line that really emphasizes the SD, the super deformed. Now that's that for that. Is this the best out there? I just want to spitball a few new ideas that I thought would be nice. Plus, I want to be a little out the box here and not just say something obvious, which I still kinda did. But anywho, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah. If you have your own Gunpla wish that I didn't mention, leave it down in the comments. But till next time, Slothcakes here, make sure to clear your backlog before buying more kits, and hope to see you next time.